Hey guys, I'm back over at the storage facility here in Apache Junction. It doesn't matter which one. And you might have saw me install a toilet on this 2021 Arctic Fox. And I'm back here again. It's not too bad. Now some of my viewers might recognize this trailer from a few videos ago where we installed the toilet. So this trailer was bought brand new. It's a 2021 Arctic Fox. And the owner just took it on a shakedown cruise, an initial shakedown cruise. He found a few items, and then he was trying to get in contact with the sailing dealer. I don't remember who the sailing dealer is, to get those items repaired. And unfortunately, I'm sure most of you guys have figured out, it takes a long time to get back from the into the sailing dealer and get repairs done, especially, well, generally, but currently it takes a long time. He didn't find too big of items. Arctic Fox does build a good coach. You're gonna find some things wrong. I'll take you through the things that he was concerned about or had issues with. This is a very small list, but then he did ask me to just do a quick roof inspection just so he could, I guess, feel better. And that's where my big concern is. We'll go over what the few items that he found. And of course, the good news, nothing's wrong with the toilet. He was happy with the toilet. First thing he found after using it is ironically here. I don't know if you can see all the towels here. This is one of these pressure lines. I don't know if you can see right there. It was leaking. He tightened it up as much as he could, and it was still leaking. So I'm just going to go ahead and replace that hose. Leaks happen. It's a small leak. It's not like a gushing leak. It's just a little drip. The other more bigger item is going to be down here in the galley. Again, it's another water leak. And it's an odd one. So I don't know if I look underneath, you can see that water staining on that shelf. And of course there was that towel right there. So the drain on this sink is leaking. And it's leaking in a weird spot you'd never think it would leak at. No, I mean, you can kind of see glue right there, but glue not right there. You can kind of see, if I go down here, glue over there, but not over there. But it's not really leaking there, even though it's water stained right there. It's leaking at the bottom of that T. Can you see that? So it's a weird place to leak, because it's not even like so I'm going to have to cut this out and replumb this little bit, which is fine, because at least the Arctic Fox gave me a nice slip ring right there. So this will be pretty simple. But even that would be a hard one to find in a PDI. You run the sink, you look underneath for any leaks. There was a pretty good delay. You're not going to be sitting there running the sink that long. So again, fine, it passes QC on that, passes the PDI at the dealership. These things happen. The biggest thing I found, which I think is concerning me, is oddly enough, of course, on the roof. Let's go take a look at it. Man, this is a really nice ladder Arctic Fox uses. This thing's solid. Alright, so Arctic Fox is known for their good quality, and this is got a rubber roof, EPDM. Your telltale Arctic Fox skylight that everybody likes with curbing on it. Now, I won't do an entire roof inspection. I'm just going to take you to what I found wrong or concerning. It's going to be all the way up here at the front, because I don't really see anything wrong until I get to this point right there. I don't know if you guys can see that bubble that's moving around. It's not kind of moving around, it's moving around a lot. I can drag it all the way over to there, all the way to here. I don't know if you can see how much of that movement is. And it's loose all the way up to here. But nowhere else do I feel it loose. It's really just from like here to there. And then normally, if you even push that down, it feels like a fly paper underneath there, and at least it will stick back down again. But you'll notice that that doesn't really happen. It feels like there's like no adhesive at all right there. If I go over to any other point, I mean, you can even see the grain of the plywood underneath. That's how well it's stuck down. And nothing else like bubbles anywhere else. Even right there, where there's just a little low point or a little piece of debris underneath right there, I can't push that bubble around. I made note of that, and I told the owner about it, that it was a little concerned about the condition of that little bubble right there, especially in light of recent ballooning problems on these RVs. I told him overall the roof is in great shape except for that little 4x4 little area. I felt like maybe they didn't put adhesive down right there. This is a rubber roof. I've never heard of floating out a rubber roof, because that seems weird to me because they stretch really easily. I've never heard of that done. I've replaced Arctic Fox roofs before and they've all been glued down. He reached out to his dealer, and that dealer assured him that Arctic Fox doesn't glue their roofs. It's just like a perimeter glue, and that's normal. Now, I don't normally see brand new things. I see 5, 6, 7-year-old things. So maybe that's true. I haven't reached out to Arctic Fox yet, but that doesn't seem right to me. Especially because when I inspect the rest of the roof and I try to pull it up anywhere else where it would be, because it's floating, it doesn't seem like it's floating to me. I don't know that you'd really want to float a rubber roof. So needless to say, this thing's brand new and under warranty. I'm doing those plumbing repairs because he just can't get it in for service to get it done, and he doesn't want to cause any more damage to his plumbing, or any more damage to the trailer from water leaks. Water leaks are notoriously bad for travel trailers. But to fix this, everything on the roof is gonna have to be pulled off. All the molding, all the trim would have to be pulled off so we could at least pull the front of the roof up a little bit and glue it down. And I'd prefer finding out if it is floated. If it's floated, there's nothing wrong with it. It seems wrong to me, but if that's what Arctic Fox is doing now, then that's what Arctic Fox is doing now. It seems weird to me. Now again, Arctic Fox is a really high quality product, and overall he's really happy with it. He had a hard time even getting one because the factory can't keep up with demand, mostly because ACs are, strangely enough, really hard to come up with. A really high quality roof components on here. And this ladder. This is a really nice ladder. Alright, so this shouldn't be too difficult. Release any pressure right there. Now on here, these are going to be well, not hard plumbed supply lines that are plastic. So I don't know if maybe somebody cross-threaded it. So all I'm going to do is change these out with some 1/2x1/2 supply lines that have a rubber washer in it. So you can see that rubber washer. I haven't really ever had problems with these, so no, these ones do have a rubber washer on them. Huh, that's surprising to me. Okay. So that's good. Right. Go ahead and take the other end off. Let's see. Hopefully, let me see something wrong with this one. Now, I said both of them were leaking. I don't see anything necessarily wrong. That's a little concerning to me.
on here. Doesn't look like it's leaking on the hose side. So all I'm going to do is basically replace these plastic supply lines with braided hose supply line. There's nothing special about it. It's just 30 inches long, half inch, half inch. Those two hooked up there, and I just hook them down below. Alright, that should be that. Let me close up the low point drains. And I'll turn the water pump on, and I'll let that go while I do the other repair. Let's turn the water pump back on. Now I can't say those braided hoses are any better than this. I mean, they flex a little bit better than the hard plastic. I don't know if maybe it got wedged underneath. I don't see anything wrong with it. But this is what they asked for, 2 new lines. We went with 2 new lines. Definitely see it was leaking. So I'm just gonna get the door out of the way. That way I don't have to worry about that. Really, what I'm gonna do is cut right here and disconnect down there. Because if I tried to point it out, it seemed like they missed some of it. They didn't get as much glue in there as they should have. So I'm just going to basically replumb from here down to there. Now, what I would be curious about, the industry for some reason has gone to some really thin-walled ABS. I don't know. It's almost paper thin. It doesn't look like it's going to be on this one, but for some reason the industry has. So we'll find out. And I don't know why it took me so long to invest in one of these. Oh, actual ABS tubing cutters. But I'm slow, but I eventually get there. Try to save as much of this as I can. Alright, so the good news is it's thick, standard thickness there. And there's no hub, we'll just loosen up. That was simple. Just have to cut it again. Alright, so this also has the vent, the auto vent on top of there, so this part I will be saving because that wasn't leaking there. Definitely seems to be glued all the way around. In order for it to leak out here, let's see. I mean, it looks glued, but definitely water's coming out from there. So let's just rebuild this real fast. I brought a whole bunch of fittings. We'll do that. It's become my standard practice now. Whenever I go get fittings, I get way too many. Because I don't ever want to just be one fitting short. I mean, I don't carry around any real plumbing, a whole bunch of plumbing in my work truck. I just haven't found that I ever carry enough. And I always have to go make a run for the correct fitting anyway. So I figure, don't tempt fate, just go get the parts when I need them. After about 10 years, I figured out trying to be cute and getting just the exact number of fittings always set me up for failure because I'd usually waste one or I didn't get the other one that I needed that I forgot I needed. So I just get a whole bunch, and when I'm done with the job, I'll just take them back and return them. Seems to be a lot faster and easier than 3 trips.
So I basically have that mocked up how it needs to be. The only one I don't know is going to be how long this one is. So I just have to kind of put it in place. So the good news is this. I can loosen up this P-trap right here. Make it adjustable to wherever I want it to be. And I just have to take one little measurement. It's to be about 2.5 inches. That should do it. And I think that will do it. Still have a lot more to do in there. Usually, the last thing I normally do whenever I'm gluing something like this up is I'll get my marker. I'll usually just make alignment points so I can see when I'm gluing it together where everything goes. Yeah, because I can do this outside, I'm going to do it outside. Otherwise, ABS has a way of making a mess. So the less I can do inside on somebody's floor, the better. Okay, start building this thing. My alignment points. Alright, so that's all put together. Looks right. Let that set up for a little bit. And this is the part that's going to go on the P-trap and just go in, so I won't glue that in, because if I glue it in right now, more than likely I'll get it crooked and then it won't seal correctly. So I'll do that at the end. So I'll just have to glue that together and then glue that in. So let me let that set up. I'll put some rags down on the shelving so that I don't make a mess. You can see I got drips all over this. That'll go right there. It's supposed to go up tight. Tighten that up at the end. Make sure to get this all important little bushing. I mean, that's vital. There, let me go get the other one. So it's gonna go right there. Go ahead and swing that around. And they used some nice plumbing grease on all these bushings here. So I'll just go ahead and tighten these up again. I mean, it's not a bad design having a no-hub right here, even though I know technically it shouldn't be used ABS to ABS in the application, but this is where it's going through the floor, so there'll be an actual flex point, so the tension's not going on the tank. So it's good design from Arctic Fox. I always like to put it in the female end of the pipe first, because I can put that down and I don't have to worry about the pipe sticking to the rag, because it's glued on the inside. Alright, so this is the important one. This is where I was leaking before. Let's give it a little twist, hopefully. I'll clean it up. Just like that. Alright, glue still wet, I can tighten that up. Alright. Now let me go ahead and put this glue away before I spill it and make a mess. So ABS glue does usually set up pretty fast. But before I run water through here, I want to let it cure all the way. Make sure all my fittings are tight there. I'm sure this is tight there. So I let that cure. Let's go see how we did on our fittings here. Alright, well, it's not leaking. That's not leaking. You know what I figured out right here? It's not labeled. That's the water pump. I mean, they labeled that. Again, you think they could do better than those labels that aren't going to fall apart so quickly. That should have been labeled with silkscreen or something. Well, that looks pretty good. I'll check it one more time when I'm done. Alright, so look at all them extra fittings I didn't use, but I had on hand in case I did need them. Let me go ahead and clean up my mess. Even though I'm not Arctic Fox warranty servicing, this is a warrantable job, so I mean to make sure that if the factory does want the parts back in order to make the claim that he has the parts. So I'll just put those in the storage area for him. Yeah, they're still not quite dry yet, so we'll hold that for a little bit. Alright, so I got permission. We'll do a quick little tour real fast while the adhesive or the ABS sets up. So this is a 2021 Arctic Fox. It's 25 foot. It's got dual entry, so one entry for the bedroom area and another entry for the actual main entry. Now both doors have the flip up rigid steps that are adjustable. The little feet down there are adjustable. So we come into the back here. What you can see is that it does come with a rear view camera. So this has a digital camera on the, or the camera on the back. Right up there. You guys should have seen that already. And that ladder, I think, is probably the best upgrade. It does have a nice power awning. That is, it has LED lighting on it. Has a single slide out right there. The slide out sofa is power adjustable and heated. I don't know if it's massage. Maybe it is massage. This does have the collapsible dinette that turns into a bed. TV's hidden right there. It only has one AC. It has the radio, Bluetooth compatible radio right here, and this did come with solar on the roof. There's your controls right here. Northwood refrigerators right behind me with electrical center down below. I do like these Furion stovetops a heck of a lot more than any of the Atwoods or the Suburban ones. Not only because this is actually pretty solid, but they give you this cool switch right there, which, I mean, blue lights are always cool. But an oven light is even better, and more importantly, I don't know if you guys can see right there, there's a little sparker right there. So if you are going to use the oven, you don't have to have a long lighter. You can light the pilot with the igniter. Let's go ahead and turn that off. Right above is this pretty sleek range vent, and of course the microwave. They did have that cool skylight you saw above with a privacy shade, which is a nice feature to have because that will let a lot of heat in. Solid surface countertop, dual sink again. It's a pretty small sink, but it has a cool restaurant style faucet. They're not day-night shades, but they are roller privacy shades. So those will be easy to use. Like I said, there's the single slide out right there. Now, like most travel trailers, the doors are going to be solid wood on the cabinetry, but the cabinet carcasses themselves are engineered wood. Same with the fascia right here. Look at that little detail they got laser etched in there. That's pretty cool. I guess you get a Arctic Fox theme clock whenever you buy one of these. This is actually a really nice kind of like residential living. So you have the common area right there with its own entryway, and we can come in through here to the bathroom. So you have the bathroom right there, and of course you have the bedroom right through this door. So you have a private area with the bedroom. People don't have to go through your bedroom to go to the bathroom. If you ever have guests or if you have kids, they don't have to wake you up. But you also have your private entrance from the bedroom to the bathroom. So you can lock the door so that they can't get into the bedroom. The shower is a good sized shower. This one does have a pretty big step up on it. So it's kind of a tub, but it's really not a tub. You could probably use it for infants, toddlers, but it's pretty low. But there's a pretty big step up right here. And of course, it does have the headbanger right there. But as you step up, you should go right past it. Again, I'm 6 foot, so we're right about 6 foot right there. There's a great big skylight, so there's still lots of room up above. But the shower is going to be washing my shoulder pretty well. Tiny little found space right there for a little countertop, because you don't have a lot of countertop space. It's kind of weird. They give you a rimless sink on solid surface over here, but you don't have a solid surface right here. This is laminate. Obviously, the flooring is going to be just your rolled laminate flooring with carpet on the slide out area, and of course carpet in the bedroom. The bedroom area is just your standard fare. They did give you a nice fantastic vent in the bedroom. Again, some more laser etched details right there. That's pretty neat. This would be set up right here for a TV to be mounted. You can see the connections right above, and you do have another fantastic vent in the bathroom. And so then of course you have your private exit right here. And I mean, the front fiberglass is really nice and thick, and they have added like a bed liner to the front area. This is really nice. And the only real downside with this floor plan setup is this slide out right there is going to close against this bathroom door. So before you close the slide out, make sure that door is not open, or else you'll definitely cause some problems. Even if it's opened all the way, it still might hit. Alright, so that's in all the way. If we go past there, this is the downside. Now you can't get into the bathroom from this door with the slide out room in. The good news is it is dual entry. So you can still get into the bathroom from the bedroom entrance right here. The only bad news is, again, for whatever reason, they didn't give you an awning long enough to go over that door. Seems like they should have done that for you too. And these stairs are actually pretty easily adjustable, pretty easy to use. You just, one hand can open it up. It's spring loaded. You can adjust the legs right here by pulling out on it and adjusting it with a tab down there. Just do make sure your door is opened all the way, or else it will start rubbing right there. Alright, I think we've waited long enough. Now we can turn the water on. We'll make sure that it's not leaking. Okay, not seeing anything. So I think we're going to call this good. Well, so there it was, guys. 2021 Arctic Fox. A few little minor repairs with plumbing leaks. A pretty major issue. I consider it a major issue. Maybe Arctic Fox doesn't think it's a major issue on the roof. Maybe when I find out from the customer, I will update you guys on what Arctic Fox said. Or maybe you guys already know the answer. You put it in the comments. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye. You know, I was just closing this trailer down and I was going to turn these lights off, and this is what I didn't know. Check this out. Oh, it lights up on the back side too. So you have a light down below and then a little mood light above. You can turn it off completely. That's pretty cool.